8:15. It's Tuesday. I first want to kick things off by giving a huge shout out to my husband Caesar for dropping my lunch off today when I left it early this morning.
That is so nice.
I have brown apples and all.
Hey, I like how you're calling him out, first of all.
Yeah.
You
No,
left your lunch.
I made the lunches.
You left the lunch
I
at
made the
home.
lunches.
Hater.
I just did this. No, I'm
You've
just
been
saying
drinking some
I have.
Haterade?
No, Dina, teach me though.
Okay,
how to keep these.
You take a little squirt of lemon.
Not that there's anything
and
wrong
just
with brown, by the way.
Squeeze a little lemon on the slices, and then they shouldn't brown as fast.
I literally cut them early this morning.
I know
they
it
should
happens.
not turn brown.
Once it hits the air, girlfriend.
And I will say,
still tasty.
call me
else do you
Dina
have in
Kupfer because I brought the almond butter.
Shout out to Winters, California.
And shout out to the Midtown Farmers Market. That's where I picked mine up. Where do you get yours?
Actually from the source in Winters. So Winters is a tiny little
Nice.
town outside of the northern Sacramento area, and it is a darling little spot on the side of the road. There is a fruit stand and a nut stand, and they sell these almond butter jars.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the best almond butter I've ever had is in Winters, California.
We have been getting that farm's nuts for an entire year. So between the pistachios and the almonds, and Caesar loves them all. So
I think you guys should just have a community one at work, so you guys both don't have to. There's literally two right at their desks right now.
I share. We share
She
here.
does
Sharing
share.
is caring. Yes.
That's really big to carry around.
That's a really cute
No,
lunch
a
pail, by the way.
jar of almond butter.
Did you say my lunchbox was cute though?
It is cute.
Okay, thank you. Betsy Johnson, shout out to you for designing this. I know people are thinking I'm so ridiculous. My mom's like, really, a Betsy Johnson lunchbox? It's so cute. It's like a purse. You carry it every day. It should have character.
It's cute.
I
That
do
it has
like
a
the
bow.
old-fashioned lunch boxes, though.
I love
I
bags.
call it a lunch pail still.
I just love
The
a good
tin
bag.
ones, the tin kind.
You know, I would
the
take
No,
the
I call
tin
that my
one.
lunch
Yes,
pail too.
with the little milk container, and you just.
The thermos for the soup?
Yeah.
We have
no,
gone
it was for
way
milk.
off the rails
Yes.
here.
Okay.
It is 2 minutes in.
What
are we doing?
Why don't people love this, Dina? People, because
This
it's
is what we
off
talk
the
about.
rails. It's a train wreck. Okay, so tell us right now. I mean, I want to keep going with the bag.
Okay, yeah.
Because growing up, I did have a variation of lunch pails because it was like my first purse. It was before I carried a purse. So I think it's important. What kind of?
Were you hoarding lunch pails?
Maybe at one point
No,
I
one
collected them.
one
Maybe I
per
did.
year is so you buy before the
acceptable.
school season starts. I had
Okay.
a Barbie one, I had a Flintstones one, and they were the
See,
plastic
My Little
ones.
Pony.
I wish I had the old-fashioned metal tin ones.
gotta get on these
Wait, you
Facebook
didn't?
comments.
You didn't?
No,
have
I just had the
old-fashioned-
plastic ones, and those were the thing. That was it. It was like get a new backpack, and then get a new lunch pail, and everyone always knew, like, because you would put your lunch outside the crate, outside your classround. Did you guys do that? Okay, good.
Yeah,
and
I don't remember.
and one other thing is,
remember what I
if
had
you
for
didn't bring your
breakfast.
lunch, you got to get the square cheese pizzas.
Oh, with like
Anyone
the
else?
plastic.
Yes.
I could have sworn they kept the plastic
Yep.
on the cheese.
I liked it.
With the
Did
little
you?
holes in
Yummy.
the
There was like no
plastic.
sauce. It was perfectly square. It was like totally manufactured. It was
I
the
loved our
best.
lunch ladies. I love the lunch ladies. I didn't love the lunch.
Oh. kinda
Anytime I
grunts.
got an orange in my lunch, my mom would give them to me, and I just despised them. And I would trade up for an apple.
Really?
I would trade up. Yeah.
All I remember, Altaloma Junior High, shout out to ALJHS. Is that Rob? No, Rob, no, from area down in Southern California. And we had the best nacho bar in junior high. And do you guys remember the circle chip? You remember, they still have them, but like
Yeah.
the circle yellow chips,
yeah.
and then the processed cheese, and then the refried beans, and then the chives and sour cream. No?
Not at school.
We had a nacho bar.
That's
Altaloma Junior High.
pretty
I know, look at Altaloma
fantastic.
Junior High. I look back now and go, wow, 8th grade was the best year
We're
of my
getting
life.
people to say focus,
Okay,
by the
Mickey
way.
says signed on for the Amazon info, nothing else.
Okay, well,
We hear you, girl.
okay, well, let's talk about first, yeah, those Wonder Woman outfits.
Yes.
So, Dina, go in on this, the
Okay.
fact that people are getting kind of upset, and women are
Yes.
upset about this.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen Justice League or Wonder Woman, but the difference in the outfits is now something that people are pointing out on the internet.
Not of Wonder Woman, but of the
Amazonian.
women.
The Amazonians,
Okay.
yes. So the question that the internet has been debating in the last couple of hours is this. Which outfit do you like better? The Justice League film, which is the one that is from Zack Snyder, he helped to direct
The one
this
that's coming out Friday.
had skimpier outfits for the Amazonians. The Wonder Woman film by Patty Jenkins had a little bit more conservative outfits for the females. So people are saying, hey, the film that was produced and directed by a male has skimpier outfits. The one by the woman has a little more reserved outfits. So we want to show you, yeah, can you
The
picture
difference.
this
Yeah,
a
let's
bigger?
do a side-by-side here.
Oh, okay, you're seeing it.
Okay.
So you can see the one on the left was the Patty Jenkins film, and
Okay.
the one on the right was in fact Zack Snyder's film.
Okay, so we see more stomach.
You see more stomach?
We see a lot more abs. We see more legs, not so much, because in the Jenkins version on the left, you see that they're fully covered on the bottom half of their legs. So you see a lot of thigh.
Yeah.
I see more thigh covered up potentially in the male's version. Head pieces, hair, pretty much the same. Okay, so we're talking about the chest and the stomach.
Chest. Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I
Billy
see a
right now is
difference.
going to scroll in this article, so you can see that this outfit right here is from the first movie. This is from Justice League, correct, Billy?
That's the one that's coming out Friday. That's
Justice League.
That's
Oh,
one.
this one's from Wonder
This is
Woman.
from the
I can't
first
remember.
Wonder Woman movie.
Oh.
Okay.
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 We're getting word in our ear. We're just learning about this story as we come on here. So we're trying to understand it ourselves. Bottom line for me, I think as a female, as someone who goes, okay, yes, let's respect the female body, but let's also show that women can be powerful in any way, shape, or form. Just a woman who's powerful and heroic doesn't mean that she has to be necessarily covered up. She can be sexy and bad to the bone in the same breath to me. So I understand that, yes, in this case, in the male happens to direct the film, and then the women show more of their bodies. I don't think that takes away their power. I don't see a problem in it. I understand why some woman would go, it's not coincidence that a man wants to see more of a woman's body and basically use her body as a way to sell films.
Right.
Patty Jenkins did a fine job, and I wasn't going to see whether or not the Amazonian women were covered up or not. I was focused on Wonder Woman. I think as long as Wonder Woman and her story, and really at the end of the day, love wins, and that love is power, and that you can be a strong female and look like Gal Gadot. That was a big problem that people had with Jenkins' movie as well. Was why did it have to be Gal Gadot? She was too pretty to be a superhero. Of course, they picked a pretty woman because that sells. Well, I think she came off beyond her look. She came off as a very strong, powerful woman. And you can be pretty and be strong and powerful. I don't know what they're getting at by saying that, oh, you have to look like a man in order to be strong like a man. That's what I was getting from some of the comments the last time we had this debate.
Okay, so for me, sake of full disclosure, I haven't seen either movie. I don't think that the outfit is going to play into whether or not I see the movies or what I think about the movies. I think that there are always going to be people in today's society who are going to make these connections of patterns, whether or not there's anything there.
And that's what they're doing right now.
And that's what's happening. So my next question is, are you sick of it? Are you sick of, we're always trying to put
things in categories.
Yes, and I almost feel like at this point it's like, what if the vision for each movie was just a little different? Did they look at, somebody is literally saying Snyder's movie has riskier looking females, Jenkins doesn't. What does that mean? Well, does it have to mean something always? Like, are we always supposed to
outfit
categorize?
choice. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that people are trying to define it in some roles. Oh, this is a male director, Justice League. The women are wearing skimpier outfits. And then you have Wonder Woman, a female director. Well, first of all, why are we blaming the director? Isn't that a costume thing? Isn't that a costume issue?
Yeah,
or
they
less?
yeah,
exactly.
Ultimately, it's her vision, though. Her, Jenkins, him, the director. One more time. Snyder's vision coming to life. I don't want to go on. We don't know anything for sure because we haven't heard from Snyder about this, at least not yet.
Yeah, but we're hearing from some of the actresses. Okay. So I know that Brooke Ence, who is the Amazon in both movies.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes, said
the tall blonde right
told
here?
USA Today at the premiere that more skin didn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
So they're not making a big deal out of it.
I think she looks more powerful.
Which one was she?
Well, if you say she was in both films, it looks like I'm seeing sort of the same faces in both. It's hard to tell. They were in the same sort of costumes and the same hair.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but
okay.
What else are they saying?
They also said not every warrior on the sets wore a two-piece. The girls on set, we were never thought of as a sexy version, a little more glamorous, sure, if anything, because we had bigger, beautiful hair, which I loved. But they weren't trying.
And hair is power.
Yeah, and they weren't trying to think of it as, oh, but my outfit is making me feel more glamorous. I think the role that these women were playing was so much bigger than their outfits, like you were saying.
Right. Then you go into the idea and the talk of representation, right? And we always say on here, at least I always say, representation matters. So the way in which small women, young women, look and perceive themselves is what they see a lot in television and in film. So I guess if you look at both of these, you go, okay, as a young girl, you go, oh, I want to grow up and be strong and beautiful and like an Amazonian woman, and you see them covered up, that is sending a message to them saying, okay, I can be powerful and not have to always show cleavage, and I can be sexy and not have to show thighs and chest and all of that. Whereas you look at Snyder's, and I guess a young girl could go, okay, well, to be strong and sexy, you have to show your midriff. Like, I understand that argument because, again, representation matters, but I think another way of looking at it, and as adults influencing the younger generation to say, look at this beyond the skin, you know, look at it as what they're representing. And I think both are powerful. I can sit here and say I think both are powerful, and I don't necessarily, though, want to say, Dina, that a man isn't going to say, okay, as a director, I want them fully covered up. Like, I don't know if that was a distinct choice. We haven't heard from him. Of course, he's not going to be like, yeah, I wanted them to be sexier, so I took their clothes off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, I think that especially in the climate that Hollywood is in right now, there is a lot of conversation happening that maybe we're a little bit more hypersensitive to, or we're thinking about things a little bit more in depth now than maybe we did before all of these allegations were coming out. It's not a bad thing at all. But I do think that somebody is making the juxtaposition to prove what point, and does that point matter to you? Does it make you think any differently of each of the films? Does it make you think any differently of the women who took part in those films, or the directors who were behind the films? I'm just wondering, yes, we're having the conversation about it, but I know as a female, I look at both sets of those cast members and think they're both awesome, strong, powerful women, and I'm proud to see these roles being represented by females and having more exposure to women in these roles. I think that's the narrative that, you know, we should be trying to focus on. But again, I understand now we have these two different sets. I did see that somebody was asking, does anyone know the timeliness of the movies that they were set in? And so, or the timelines, and that was Carrie Wood. So I'm going to look up the years that each movie's set in was.
Okay. Let's see some more of the comments. Teresa Cochran Salduti, who cares? Sam Cavazos, it's all about what will sell, right? And they say sex sells, and if you're a director, probably for the men and women, less clothes sells. And in this case, it's selling Justice League versus Wonder Woman, which was the origin story that really sold last time. Carrie Wood, has anyone looked at, that's the one you said, looked at the timeline? Douglas Sterling wants to know why we really care, and does it matter? Use her body to sell films. What about Magic Mike? No uproar over those outfits. There's a double standard there. When men take off the clothes, it's woo, the women are going woo. Why are you glamorizing the abs? I understand that.
I hear you.
Okay.
I'm just looking for the date that their movies were supposed to be set in. But IMDb it's difficult to find certain things when you're looking on the fly for things.
Iveth Quenzer, they are supposed to be warriors. Original is better. Do we know, Billy, producer Billy, is there any chance to pull up like an original Amazonian woman costume? Right. Yes, they were around before pictures. I'm not saying to get like from an actual camera. I'm saying from maybe the way, if they were depicted in films before this movie. He's going to pull up.
Okay.
I'll find something.
So Keith says, I care less about the costumes, more about the story. Did you just say that? Okay. We're also looking at these are movies, not real life. If the narrative you're teaching young people is from movies and not real life, then you have a huge problem. That's from Tim. And again, we're getting a lot of comments, and we like that everyone is weighing in.
Jenny's point is what I was trying to say earlier.
What's that?
Jenny says, are there really people upset by this, or is the pot being stirred? And that was my question. Like, before this article was out, showing side by sides and seeing the juxtaposition of both, did you even care? Like, is this something you even thought about? Or is it that now that we're in this climate of Hollywood, a lot more attention is being put on topics like this?
This conversation of representation,
Those are the original Amazon outfits?
74 years ago, the ways in which the Amazonian women were depicted in film. So one viewer was saying, keep the original. Like, why do you have to sex it up in 2017?
But also, 74 years ago, the way that films did things, we were not in an environment where we were willing to show as much skin on TV, I can imagine, in that time frame, 74 years ago.
Interesting. And people are saying Amazon, these Amazonian women.
Amazon women. right?
Well, they're saying Amazon is, people are saying it was a thing way before the website.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Of course, yes. We're fully aware of that.
Oh,
And I don't know, is
right.
Marcus Allen around here?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
If I say his name 3 times, usually
Oh,
he
he's
pops
coming.
up.
There he is, there he is,
Marcus
there he is.
Allen, Marcus Allen, Marcus Allen. Oh, thank goodness he's arrived. Mark, come here, please.
Yes.
People, Amazonian women?
Isn't it freaky that I heard you all the way over there?
It is, but I knew that if I just call you, you would come. People are giving us
Amazonian women.
Amazonian
Yes.
women. Okay, so we're clear on that.
Wonder Woman.
Okay, Justice League has not yet come out to the everyday person because you've
That's
seen
right.
it.
I
but it
just had
comes-
a bean burrito, and I'm so sorry about the
And I-
smell.
You could see it in
coffee
Michelle's
burrito.
face. She was like,
I'm yelling at you. Sorry.
Michelle
Coffee
is
beans,
actually
real beans.
smelling it.
Anyway.
sounds delightful.
Michelle wears her heart on her
Yeah, I'm gonna
sleeve.
put my mic like this now.
Got it. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
You can speak as close as you want to me.
Oh, Josh,
thank you,
thanks.
Look at this. You're so
Grab a
handsome.
chair.
Move.
Here's the mic.
Have you seen the
I'll
film?
have the chicken,
so
not the
handsome.
steak as well, please. Thank you.
You're so handsome.
Have you seen the film?
I have
Of
seen the
course
film.
you've
Are you
seen the
kidding
film.
me?
It's Mark S. Allen. You see the films before the normal person gets to see the film. Did you notice right off the bat? I know we're speaking to a man here, but you're someone who's been watching television and film for a very long time.
160 years.
Critiquing. So, just
kidding, you're only
That was
27.
mean. I'm just
He's
kidding.
only 27.
I've got Botox older than 127.
That's true. Did you notice the difference in the Amazonian women's costumes from Wonder Woman to Justice League?
Yeah.
Not entirely. No. I mean, it
Okay.
looks very similar. But
They're saying that Snyder's version obviously sexed the women up, and some women are having issues with that because a man directed this film versus Patty Jenkins, who directed the more covered up version.
I will say the moment they're in the movie is so much quicker. Like, it's barely a
Oh.
scene when you see them. So,
Where in Wonder Woman,
where
and you
in
guys
Wonder
watch
Woman,
that,
it's playing out the entire time.
and it's a beautiful
that's
story
interesting.
of
Right. That's
just
interesting.
female empowerment.
And then also, screen left, what you saw in Wonder Woman, maybe it's a seasonal thing. Maybe that was more of a winter look, and maybe
winter.
if it's more of a spring,
see?
summer
Oh,
look.
Yeah.
I see that.
Right?
But should we be making excuses? Is there a chance that a man who directed a film is going to utilize the female's power and the power within the body to sell? And is that a bad thing?
I think the answer is yes and maybe.
PC. We're saying
PC
PC
answer.
here. What do you guys? Is anyone commenting on that part?
No. Some people saying that they didn't see the film, neither did I.
Okay.
But
No one has seen the film yet.
No one's seen the film because it's not out until Friday. The Justice League film. We've seen Wonder
right.
Woman.
Right.
Wonder Woman.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
let us know what you think if you watch it.
Okay, Heidi Weiland, if the story is strong enough, it really doesn't matter. Okay, we'll keep this conversation rolling. And
Okay.
when Justice League hits theaters and you go see it this weekend, which I hope everyone does, then let's have this conversation again.
Yeah.
And I will say Wonder Woman's in it considerably, but the Amazonian
Gal
woman, her
Gadot.
origin, you only see that for
Which
a
is why
nanosecond.
she had
It's not
her
much of a scene.
origin story, right? Which was such a good movie.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you,
you guys
Mark.
for having
Bye.
He takes his chair with him wherever he goes.
Yes, he does.
See ya.